Arriving in Madrid was spectacular. A first-class seat, a smooth flight, and even a curious first dinner. Madrid surprises you in every detail. A magical place. Gulas, those imitations of baby eels that look like worms, but somehow don't taste bad at all. But today, this isn't a vlog about food or luxury travel, because what shocked me the most wasn't on the plane and it wasn't on the plate. It was here, in the plazas. When you walk into Madrid's plazas, you'll see things the guidebooks never mention. A man dressed as Mario from Mario Brothers posing for photos, a ballerina twirling on cobblestones, a giant teddy bear hugging strangers, musicians filling the air with sound. It looks fun, harmless, even magical. But here's the question no tourist asks. Is it even legal? In Madrid, performing or working in public spaces without permission is part of what the city calls the informal economy. Technically, yes, you need authorization from the ayuntamiento, and in many cases, a special license to perform. Street artists are supposed to register, sometimes even audition to claim a space. And yes, there are fines, from 300 to 3,000 euros, depending on the case. Yet every day, dozens of people show up in costumes, with guitars, with speakers, without worrying about paperwork. Why? Because the plazas are the city's most powerful stage, and because for many, this is not a hobby, it's survival. The first one you notice is Mario Brothers. He doesn't jump on turtles or collect coins. He collects selfies. Tourists laugh, kids run to him, and in exchange for a few euros, Mario gives them a story to tell back home. It looks playful, but behind the costume, there's a worker depending on those coins to pay rent. Not far away, a giant bear stands almost motionless. Speak. He doesn't move much. He just opens his arms wide, waiting for hugs. Children squeal, adults pull out their phones, and in 30 seconds, another euro drops into the basket. It's sweet, yes, but it's also work. Standing under the sun or in the freezing cold for hours, just to survive on the kindness of strangers. And then there's Pikachu, bright, yellow, oversized, and impossible to miss. Tourists light up at the sight of a childhood icon suddenly alive in the middle of Madrid. Selfies pile up, coins change hands. But inside that costume, it's hot, heavy, and exhausting. What looks like pure fun is, once again, someone's job. Finally, the musicians. They don't need costumes. Their instruments are their passports. A guitar, a violin, an accordion, sounds that echo across the stone walls. Sometimes they form bands on the spot, strangers playing together for the first time. They compete for space, for volume, for attention. Some are trained artists, others learn by ear. But all of them are chasing the same thing, a few euros dropped by a passing crowd. Madrid's informal work is not small. According to studies, the underground economy in Spain represents around 20% of the GDP. In Madrid, street performers are just one piece of that puzzle. Every year, thousands of applications are filed for official permits to perform, but only a fraction are approved. The city limits the number of spaces and only certain plazas allow performances. Most street performers make anywhere between 20 and 70 euros a day, depending on the season, the weather, and the flow of tourists. Big holidays or weekends can double that. But winter days, sometimes it's barely enough for food. Tourists think it's just fun and photos, but the people inside the costumes, it's often their main source of income, and the competition is tough. Dozens of Marios, Pikachus, and musicians fighting for the same coins in the same plazas. First, the permits. Officially, you need authorization from the ayuntamiento. Musicians who want to play in the metro even have to audition, and the number of spaces is limited. Certain plazas are approved, others are off limits. That means competition is fierce and not everyone who applies gets the chance. A good day, summer, weekends, or holidays can bring 100, maybe 150 euros. But a bad day, when it rains or in the middle of winter, might mean you stand outside for 10 hours and walk away with less than 20 euros in your pocket. And don't forget the costs. Costumes aren't free. Renting one can cost 50 to 200 euros a month if you don't own your own. Standing all day under the sun or the cold is exhausting. Even if you don't have the right paperwork, the risk is huge. Fines that can go up to 3,000 euros. So is it worth it? For most, no. It's survival money, enough to eat, maybe to share a room, but never stable. For many of these street performers, it's not a dream job, it's the last option. Yes, you can try performing in Madrid's plazas, but it's a tough life, full of risk, uncertainty, and long hours. For the tourists, it's entertainment. For the performers, it's survival. And at the end of the day, Madrid's plazas are not fairy tales, they're workplaces. And like any workplace, they come with exhaustion, risk, and survival. Behind Mario's smile is someone sweating inside a costume for 10 hours. Behind Pikachu's playful poses is someone who paid to rent the suit, hoping to make it back in coins. Behind the bear's hugs is someone who will count the money at night and wonder if it's enough for rent. At the end of the day, Madrid's plazas are not fairy tales, they're workplaces. And like any workplace, they come with exhaustion, risk, and survival. Behind Mario's smile is someone sweating inside a costume for 10 hours. Behind Pikachu's playful poses is someone paid to rent the suit, hoping to make it back in coins. Behind the bear's hugs is someone who will count the money at night and wonder if it's enough for rent. Maybe you see them as art, maybe you see them as a nuisance, maybe you avoid them thinking they're just clutter in public places. But whether you like it or not, they are part of Madrid. They are part of what it means to walk through Puerto del Sol or Plaza Mayor today. Tourists clap, laugh, take selfies, and move on. But for the performers, this isn't a game. It's the difference between eating and not eating. So the next time you pass by Mario, Pikachu, the bear, or a musician's accordion echoing in the square, stop for a second. Ask yourself honestly, is this just entertainment? Or is this a person doing whatever it takes to survive in a city that doesn't always make room for them? Subscribe to Places to Go if you want more stories that don't just show you the postcard, but the truth behind it. And if you want to go deeper, join our newsletter, The Passport, because travel isn't just about where you go, it's about seeing what others overlook. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next trip. Take care.